see something. Let me go to the.
We should be live. We should be live. Let me just double check and verify before I address our audience so I don't sound like a total fucking idiot. Let's double check. Let's double check. And we are live. All right, guys, welcome back to the brand new episode of Galaxy of Film Live, the first episode of GOF Live here in season 4 of the podcast. I'm, of course, your host, Max, and this week we got my man Dakari Holder as co-host. How's it going?
It's going all right, man. It's going. It's going. Just grateful to be alive. How about yourself?
It's going too, dude. It's been a time. It's been a week. I could rant a lot about this week, to be honest with you. It's kind of just one of those, to be real. But you're right. It's good to be alive, I suppose. So I'm very thankful for that. Yeah, man. First and foremost, before we introduce our guest this week and go even further with this episode, I do want to go ahead and apologize to our listeners for the absence of last week's episode and the delay of this one. I got deadly sick, bro. Like I didn't leave my bed for like 3 or 4 days almost. I saw like 2 or 3 different doctors. Just a brutal time. I don't know what it was. It wasn't the flu. It wasn't COVID, thankfully. But just an awful experience. And be quite frank with you guys, I sounded like RFK. I was not going to make you guys listen to an entire podcast of me struggling to talk. Way back when, Dakari, you and I did an episode of David Rosen discussing the Matrix movies. I was sick as shit during that episode too, and like I feel like you could hear it listening back about me like struggling to even like breathe. I just really don't want our listeners to have to put up with that ever since that episode. So again, my apologies for the delay and all this. I know if you're listening to this live here on YouTube, this episode is actually airing the same day we normally drop. So for our audio listeners, you're hearing this a little bit delayed. You're getting it on the day that the YouTube episodes drop instead, switching up for Thursday and Saturday. But regardless, we are back here and we're good to go. We're ready to roll. And yeah, dude, it's been a time. It's been a time getting better and coming back to the fold. But I'm thankful to be better at least. And I'm also thankful to go ahead and reintroduce none other than Brandon Messina to the podcast. He hasn't been on this season just yet. For our listeners, if you're not familiar with Brandon, he's a long-term Galaxy of Film family member. He's the head of our editing division, bringing it all over from Michigan. How's it going, Brandon?
I'm good, Max. Yeah, just been a wild couple weeks, to say the least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a time,
but
dude.
But yeah, in the meantime, I've been up with some editing projects myself. Just keeping myself busy with that. And of course, work is work. So, like Dakari said, thankful to be alive.
We
this
all
time.
sound like we're loving life, dude.
At least trying to, you know.
Trying to.
Right.
Something like that. Jeez, man. But I want to go ahead and introduce our guest star for the week. Coming back, he was here last episode as well. We do got our man Curtis. How's it going, bro?
Doing good, Max. Doing good. I'm getting getting over a little bit of a cold, so going through that. But otherwise, life's going good, man.
I feel you.
Good to be back.
Yeah, I decided to get sick and I gave it right to you, Curtis. My bad, dude.
Dude, you gave it to me. And my mom is sick now.
Oh,
Something fucking
dude.
happened.
I just ruined the whole family reunion. My bad, Curtis. My bad.
You're all good.
Oh, well, it's good to get you guys on here for this episode regardless. For our listeners, I want to go ahead and give another disclaimer real quick. Like I mentioned, this is the first episode of Galaxy of Film Live here at Season 4 Galaxy of Film. And as you guys are noticing, our guests are here early, and unlike how we've been normally formatting this for Season 4. This episode is going to be kind of different from how we'll be structuring and how Galaxy Film Live will be going into the future. So yeah, just stay tuned for what we have in store. I promise it'll be not just cleaner in the future, but a bit more of an experience rather than just kind of how season 3 episodes flowed. But here we are regardless. We got some good stuff this week we're talking about. We're discussing some Adam Sandler movies, which it's been a minute since we've talked some Sandler. Dakari, I know our first ever Galaxy of Film Live episode was a bit special because it was the only time so far where we've like hyper focused on one actor's filmography. And that was, of course, for Johnny Depp. We did that as a big celebration, as like a big F you to Aquaman 2, and the whole Amber Heard situation. However, when we were in season 1, I think, of the podcast, I did this whole thing where I had like an Adam Sandler marathon, and I would talk about it every other episode, kind of thing. So I felt like it was appropriate to go ahead and have our first actor-themed episode of season 4 return to Adam Sandler. You know what I'm saying? So here we are. This week we're going to be discussing the classic film The Waterboy and the brand new Netflix sequel Happy Gilmore 2. So yeah, stay tuned for all of that. But before we go ahead and dive into our films for this week, before our news even, there's a couple of in-house announcements we need to go ahead and make and discuss a little bit, dude. Dakari, your film has officially dropped. It's been a long time in the making, a long time coming. Man of the House is officially out now for our listeners. A link down below in the description to go ahead and watch this film in case you haven't already. But tell us a little bit about Man of the House real quick, man, for our listeners to get them caught up to speed.
Well, Man of the House clearly is my first official short film, but I can't really say clearly because not a lot of people know that. But yeah, it is my first official short film. I say first official because before that, I believe it was like a couple months before that, a few months before that, I co-directed a short film called Unslash Happy. Well, it's called Unhappy, but it's stylized as Unslash Happy.
Mm-hmm.
And I co-directed it with my guy Jair Tan, who is a classmate of mine. It was pretty much a Benedict mass comm short film project that we pretty much all came together and made. It wasn't an assignment or anything. It wasn't anything super serious and super hands-on that we had to do as a class. We came together and did it as friends. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always going to be grateful to be a part of that project because that was my first directorial effort. Even as a co-director, I feel like I did a lot or had a lot to do in that particular project. So this one in particular, like I said, not only is it my first directorial effort officially solo wise,
Mm-hmm.
writing and directing, but I also did the music for it, I did the location scouting for it, and I did the music for it. So this is really like the first real film project that I've had a lot of hands in, and it feels great. It feels great to not only, be a part of something like that, but to have it finally be out for the world to see. You know what I'm saying? Like this specific version, especially, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Because when the film first premiered, I kind of, this is with all the movies I've made so far. Like each time I watch them, I kind of cringe a little bit, just a
Mm-hmm.
little bit in certain parts because it's just like I'm sitting here watching the movie I made. You
Yeah,
know
I
what I'm
get
saying? So
that.
it's always a
Yeah.
weird feeling. You know what I'm saying? And I had that feeling when I first saw it at the premiere, and I still have that same feeling watching it now.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to agree, this is significantly like this is the better version of the film. This is the best version of the film. Uh, I don't think um I don't think we could have gotten a better version with the materials that we've had. And I have to say, I have to give credit to Mr. Joe Black from Blue Means Pregnant Films for even inserting his 2 cents into how I should go into the editing approach for this particular film. I really appreciate him for that, and it pretty much helped me enhance the film into something bigger than it already was. So I appreciate him for that. I appreciate all the crew members. I appreciate the cast members, Miles, Carrie. You guys did a great job. Um, Really, this story just was inspired by some real life struggles, partially. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And I just added my own spin to it. I just, upped the stakes a little bit for what I would want to see in a action drama film. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate you guys for allowing me the opportunity to get that film made and have it be distributed the way it is now. It's a wonderful thing. So if you guys haven't checked out Man of the House yet, I suggest you do. And it's on IMDb, it's on Letterboxd as well. So feel free to leave a review. And I'm very, very, very appreciative for all the positive feedback that I've gotten from it so far. Um, so yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Beautifully put, dude. I've said it once before and I'll say it again, dude. I'm very, very proud of you for not only creating this film, but just in general of how far you've come, dude. Like, I know we, had our issues as creators together and as business partners together. Obviously, we've overcome pretty much every last one of those. I feel like, but just seeing how you've grown and as an artist, dude, is so damn impressive. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was once a struggle to get you on this podcast, bro. It just once was, and here you are, coasting again full time, and you already have 3 films finished, dude. I can't stress that enough. You guys are seeing the directorial debut of Dakari. I've already seen 2 and 3. You know what I'm saying? And like, well, it was a great time to help you bring Man of the House to life last year, when we shot that last November. Like, I'm just blown away by like what these people haven't even seen yet. You know what I'm saying? So can't wait to see the reception of both Man of the House, of both everything going forward. But yeah, dude, very, very proud of you, genuinely. Like, as much as I was proud of Brandon for coming out of his shell when he first started coming on this podcast, dude, the feelings now is all your direction, dude. Brandon, step up your fucking game. No, just kidding, Brandon. Love you as well, bro. But point being, though, I'm very proud of all your work, man. I know we do have another film coming out soon in Galaxy of Film on October 10th. That is, of course, William Kish's like live action solo directorial debut, and that is, of course, Acts of Violence. The second teaser should be dropping this weekend here on our YouTube channel, so stay tuned for that. I am very, very pumped to see what Will does in live action with horror. He had a really great reception both online and an incredible reception at our second showcase in December of his analog horror film, The Artist 1996. Obviously, we've seen what he has come up with in comedy with The Ick and Release and working on Zippy. I can't wait to see what Will does with true horror. Like, I've directed a horror film, Pretty Hurts, you know what I'm saying? And as the director of that, I feel like we only kind of dipped our toe in the water of horror. But like, just hearing what's gone on behind the scenes of this one, seeing a couple of the shots of this, because I haven't seen any footage outside of the teaser. I've only seen a couple screenshots of it. But I'm loving everything I'm seeing. I'm loving how excited Will is to do this and release this film. And I can't wait for you guys to see this one as well. Very proud of him too. We'll just save the praise a little bit for him for when it comes out. But, October 10th is when that's dropping. But of course, we do have another thing dropping even sooner, guys. That is the return of our horror series here at Galaxy of Film. Starting every October as of last year. Going forward, we have a little limited series called Monster Mayhem. Monster Mayhem is not only returning this season, but it's making a big, big return, dude. We got all of our episodes picked out. I think Will's cutting a teaser for that too. We have a new logo for it, which is really, really clean and clever. Like, I got a t-shirt in order for it currently. I'm ready for that to come in so I can rep it during our episodes. It'll be a really fun time doing Monster Mayhem this year. And that, of course, starts next week. So stay tuned for that. We'll kind of go over at the end of this episode what we're discussing next week exactly. But like I said, stay tuned. And when Acts of Violence does drop, you guys will hear Will's, his statement directly to the podcast that week. And I'm assuming hearing mine and Dakari's reception too of that film. So check it out next week, Monster Mayhem. You can find it on YouTube and on our regular podcast platforms as well. Little couple other announcements real quick. The GoFundMe for Would You Like Fries of That and Project News is still going on strong. A link down below to that too. But also, Dakari, I'm glad you mentioned Joe and Blue Means Pregnant Films earlier, dude, because the Natasha Hall 3 GoFundMe is still going on as well. Link down below for that. You can help support Joe and Kat and creating that feature film, bringing it to life. I just rewatched the first Natasha Hall like last week, dude. I still got to see Suffrage. I need to. I know Joe gives me shit every time I talk to him because I haven't yet. But yeah, dude, Natasha Hall just has so much charm. After finally having the chance to meet and hang with Kat, she is so damn charming and just lovely and sweet. And I'm so happy she gets to have like a character that is not only her own, but a really damn good, like, pleasant character. You know what I'm saying? Like, Robert Downey Jr. might be Tony Stark, Iron Man, but like, the Kat is Natasha Hall, and that's really, really cool. So yeah, link down below for the GoFundMe for that. Go ahead and support them out, our friends at Blue Means Pregnant Films. But yeah, there's one little other thing I want to kind of address. Originally, for our listeners, I wanted to announce this on the podcast. And I wasn't so sure whether or not I was going to announce it on this episode or another. Me being sick and the delays of things just kind of made this inevitable for me to talk about this episode. So I do apologize for listeners if this is a bit awkward coming from me. I haven't really prepared a statement for this or anything going forward, but I just want to level with you guys, be very honest and candid for our audience. If you guys have paid any attention to our social media in the last 24 hours, we did make an announcement yesterday. Awards Bait will not be returning for a third season or any other seasons going forward. It is officially over with. It's staying just a 2-season show. And Jake is no longer part of the Galaxy of Film family. Wish him the absolute best when it comes to his filmmaking career. Really, really hope to see, films directed and worked on by Jake for, 20, 30 years in the future. You know what I'm saying? But just because he's not part of the family doesn't mean you won't see some work from him as long as he continues to want to make work. He'll still be doing stuff with Will. It just kind of will not be the same forefront as myself, Dakari, Brandon, Will, Tyler, or Naima any longer. But that's okay, dude. Life goes on. Things change over time. Who knows? Wish him the best of his career. Truly do hope to see, that name on the silver screen many, many times in the future. But yeah, I wanted to kind of go ahead and talk about this because, guys, as everyone I feel like knows, and if you're, a new listener in season 4 and just have zero, history or knowledge of Galaxy of Film prior to listening to this podcast or anything from before season 4, you may not know, but like we've had other members of the company leave over time. It just happens. People come, people go. Like it's just a part of life, unfortunately. And I don't even want to say unfortunately because like it means a closing chapter or anything like that. It's just a different chapter's open. You know what I'm saying? Like you just kind of keep progressing in life. It's no secret Danilo is no longer part of the company. He hasn't been for quite some time. We had another person, Gabrielle Devereaux, who was briefly part of the company too, who kind of came and left as well. And again, I wish all these artists the best of luck, and I definitely want to see them succeed and go forward. I talk to Danilo damn near like every 2 or 3 days. He's calling me. He's now teaching finally, which is like the passion he had besides working on film. And when he decided to not pursue film, I had my thoughts and it's not what I would have done personally. I'm saying like this is what I want to do the rest of my life, but he felt otherwise. And while he may not have continued making movies or pursued this kind of career field, but I'm so damn proud of him the same way I'm proud of you, Dakari, because he stuck to what he wanted. He stuck to what he's passionate about. He's doing the damn thing straight up. He's a high school teacher now, which is really incredible. So awesome. Yeah, wish him the best. Love that guy to death. Still talk to him pretty frequently. And we're very much involved with each other's lives. If you're at Showcase number 2, you guys had the honor of seeing Catalina's Curse on the big screen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just kind of wanted to level with you guys and be honest. I don't want this to feel swept under the rug. I don't want these artists to feel neglected. They were once part of this collective, and just because they are no longer a part of this full time does not mean that their work means any less to us, their contributions mean any less to us, or they've gone unnoticed, because they have all had key hands involved in becoming of who we are, both as our own individual artists and as a collective as well. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at with that. Will's still involved, Mayhem's still involved. Going forward, you just Awards Bait's not here anymore. It's unfortunate. That was their decision. I understand and respect it though. But like I said, guys, just because Awards Bait is over, we still got other shit going on. Season 4 is pumping out strong. We got Monster Mayhem coming up with a really, really strong mini season, like inner season. I don't even know whether to consider that, Dakari, just because it's like a seasonal thing within our seasons. But look forward to Monster Mayhem. I can't wait for you guys to see all the stuff Will has been working really hard on for that. But I think that's going to go ahead and kind of end my rants and catching everything up with you guys of in-house announcements. Let's go ahead and talk news real quick before we talk about our films this week. I think everyone has already kind of beaten this to death. We didn't get to discuss it because I was sick. Jimmy Kimmel was fired, rehired, he's back, all that. We're not going to discuss that situation because it's kind of been put to rest already. However, during all this, and we all know there was a Disney decision, Disney owns ABC, and it's down the pipeline, of course. During all this going on, though, Disney, more or less, I feel like, attempted to cover up this news and situations of a couple things being announced and released. Regardless of how you feel about it, we'd have some news and some things coming. And two of those things are two of the biggest franchises that mean something to my life and have me very excited. We have the first poster look and trailer of the new Star Wars film, The Mandalorian and Grogu. And we also have the official announcement of The Muppet Show returning with Seth Rogen kind of at the helm of this. A couple years ago, we were discussing the other franchise Seth Rogen brought back, which was, of course, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. With Mutant Mayhem, I personally felt like Seth Rogen did an incredible job with that series, and I can't wait to see it come back for the sequel. I know the TV show has been apparently getting good ratings for it as well, too. But he's coming back for the Muppet Show, dude. And we're talking about, like, the original Muppet Show kind of formula. Like, the whole lights, curtains, cameras, I think the whole shebang, dude. We're not talking about Muppets Tonight. We're not talking about Electric Mayhem, or the Muppets Mayhem show on Disney Plus, but a traditional SNL parody Muppet Show. Dakari, what are your thoughts first and foremost on The Mandalorian and Grogu? I know that's kind of been announced for some time now. I think a majority of this trailer was what was leaked from the Celebration trailer. But regardless, let me hear your thoughts on this.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it, to be honest with you. I wasn't all that impressed by the trailer. Like in hindsight, I mean, it doesn't look awful, but it doesn't look super great either. You
Hmm.
know, it just feels like a trailer for a Mandalorian, another Mandalorian episode for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Does it look good? Yes. Does it look exciting? Yes. But I mean, it's a teaser trailer, so I hope we get to see a little more,
Hmm.
a little along the lines, I guess. But then again, I wouldn't be surprised if we got some of the same shit because, it is a movie, and sometimes you don't need to put the whole movie in the trailer, you know? So, yeah, I mean, I'll watch it. I'm excited to see Star Wars back in theaters again, for sure.
Yeah.
With Mandalorian Grogu and the upcoming Starfighter film. I'm looking forward to those for sure. But yeah, it's just we'll see. We'll
I,
see.
yeah,
Um,
I get that. I'm kind of in the same boat with you on that, dude. Like,
yeah.
I'm excited because it's Star Wars on the big screen. But what I'm
hmm
confused about is how much of the volume is being used again. That's kind of always been my biggest complaint when it comes to the Disney Plus era of Star Wars, if you will. Because you're right, it very much looks and feels like the show, which I mean I guess can be a good thing. We'll see. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Mandalorian season 3. Curtis, I believe you were on that episode and we were discussing the latter half of
Yep.
Mando. I really wish it ended on season 2 on such a high note. So I'm just hoping that this movie has the chance to kind of revert my expectations and give me the wow factor without showing it all up front. If it does that, I think this film definitely has a chance of sticking the landing and kind of pushing forward in a good spirit what we're going to get with the Heir of the Empire film at some point, whenever that kind of gets made after Ahsoka season 2 and whatever else kind of gets thrown into the Mandoverse, if you will. But yeah, Curtis, let me hear your thoughts on the Mandalorian and Grogu situation.
Yeah, so like you were saying, I think I've been part of almost. I think maybe that's not the first season of Mando. I think we talked about it pretty extensively. I think the trailer looks fine. Like it looks like the show. Take with that as you will, good or bad, depending on your feelings on it.
Hmm.
I was agreeing with you. It was like I wasn't the biggest fan of the latter half of season 3. I thought it was pretty like whatever.
Yeah, I get that.
Um, I don't disagree that it probably could have ended on 2, and we could have written high off of that. Or if they would have continued it, maybe go back to like I was originally thinking Mandalorian would have been like, oh, following a bounty hunter, doing bounty stuff, like just
Yeah.
underworld stuff, which sounds super dope because we don't really get to see a lot of that. But they keep providing this, and season 1 and 2 were both I thought were very good. like I said, the movie looks fine. I want to see how it plays out.
Mhm.
Hopefully, I get more of the vibes of like the season 2 spirit than I do the 3.
Sure.
Um, not too sure how they'll do that. Saw the poster. I think the poster looks neat. It looks very like classic, like big bold letters, actors everywhere. Don't know why Baby Yoda's on it 3 fucking times. Doesn't need to be on it 3 times. He's in like bottom right, center, top right. I think it's like how they do it. I'm like, weird choice. But
Isn't
whatever.
Mando on it like 3 times as well too? I think, or at least twice.
I think at least twice because he's like center, then Grogu, and then the speeder with Grogu, and then Grogu's like over here by himself doing his own thing.
Yeah, there's also a shot where
Yeah,
he's like
yeah,
on the
yeah.
ground, I think, shooting or something too.
Something like that.
Yeah, I
I mean,
didn't notice all
fucking sell your Grogu plushies, my guys. But
Oh my
I don't know. It
goodness.
looks fine. I'll see it. Hopefully it turns out well. I always want Star Wars to do well. Yeah, like you said, this Disney Plus kind of stuff. I think honestly, their only really hard sticking landing show that they've done so far is Andor. For me personally,
I haven't watched Andor yet. I need to.
it's the best thing Disney has brought out in Star Wars.
Oh, dude, looking
It's
back at
so-
the poster, Mando's not only on it 3 times. 2 of them are right next to each other.
Yeah, it's an odd.
Oh, yeah.
The composition of the poster is weird, but I like the stylistic choice they did with it.
I
But-
agree.
I agree. It looks like an adventure serial, you know.
Yeah, but no, I'm looking forward to it. I hope it's good. Hopefully if that does good,
This-
and then Starfighter does good, we get more like side story stuff in the Star Wars universe because the stuff I want to go see. And then maybe who knows? Maybe they'll eventually like, oh, people do want like sub-universe stuff. Maybe we don't do that in the games enough. Cough, cough. 1313.
Oh my god, dude,
But
I
you
want
never know.
1313 one day. It's never gonna happen, but I
It'll
wish.
never happen. But maybe they think, oh, now that people are saying, oh, maybe people don't want more Jedi stuff. We can start playing into that kind of stuff more. So
Yeah, one can hope, dude. One can hope. Brandon, I know we had the pleasure of introducing you to Star Wars last year in a very unique way. I know our listeners and audience members will be very blessed soon enough to see that experience on camera. What do you have any thoughts on the Mandalorian and Grogu?
Not really. You could just move on at this point.
All right, let me ask you
There you
this.
go.
Let me ask you this, Brandon. When it comes to
Okay.
the go for it, Dakari.
Yeah, I got one thing. I'm surprised you didn't mention this, but the creators of Phineas and Ferb are working on 40 new episodes.
Sick.
I mean, I'm only saying that. I'm only saying that because number one, I thought it would make up for some good news, and number two, I did actually get to see both creators today. They actually came to campus today for an animation fest.
Oh,
And
nice.
What the
Yeah, and they
fuck,
had
dude?
they had-
No way. You got
Yeah, and they had a panel.
Doofenshmirtz coming to your campus and I can't even get fucking recognized at this goddamn school. Are you kidding me?
They had a panel and everything, bro. And I think, they showed I think, was it the Candace suit? They screened an episode and everything. Here you go. That's them right there.
Okay, dude. You're going to get me
Yeah.
started on my rant before they air again, Dakari. I don't want to make our listeners listen to that kind of stuff just yet. Oh, my God.
Yeah, no.
Jesus, dude. Brandon, let me hear your thoughts on the Muppet Show's returning with Seth Rogen kind of at the helm of this. I know this is currently a one-off special. I'm hoping it gets picked up for a full season. Who knows?
It's not a full season?
No, it's a one-off special, and Sabrina Carpenter will be the guest star of it.
Oh, nice. It's good that we're getting more Muppet content. Because I know, like you talked about, there was like Muppets Mayhem, but it didn't really do well on Disney Plus. It wasn't like
Unfortunately.
commercially successful.
It was good.
in that way.
It was really good.
And then really like other than like that ABC Muppet show that came out like 10 years ago or
which
something
was
like that.
incredible as well. The adult
10,
themed
15
one.
years ago. Yeah, the one where like Kermit and Miss Piggy break up, quote unquote.
It's like an Office
Yeah.
parody about the Muppets, yeah.
Yeah, so that was the time where like mockumentary like camera style was like the phase of like when TV was back then.
Yeah,
Um,
dude.
but yeah, other than those things, we really haven't gotten a lot of Muppet content. So I mean, this is really nice. Seth Rogen, out of nowhere, has been just doing a lot of great content recently.
Mhm.
What's that show that he did on Apple TV?
Oh,
I'm
the
just
studio.
drawing a blank on it. Yeah, the studio. Duh, like that's probably like my favorite show this year so far.
Oh, for sure.
He was incredible in that. I'm glad they got like the Emmy recognition that they deserve.
Hmm.
Um, bunch of awards from there. But yeah, like you said too, with the Ninja Turtle stuff a couple years ago. So yeah, like he's really just been on this like new wave of like content for Hollywood. So this will be nice. Yeah, I really hope this gets picked up for at least a season. Did it say when it was coming out, or is it like
Just
just like
sometime
coming soon type of thing?
2026.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I think maybe fall.
Uh,
We'll see. I don't know how long it takes to prep for Muppets. I don't know. We know a guy who works at Muppets. Funny enough,
mhm.
and works at Sesame Street. Brandon. It was his name's also Brandon. Funny enough too. But I'm not gonna hit him up and ask for the deets, dude. Because if I do that, I'm gonna take it too far and be like, give me Kermit, give me Kermit. That'd be cool.
You're gonna turn into like a serial killer.
I was thinking more like more like Fanboys, dude, like the movie where they break into Skywalker Ranch. But you know what? Yeah, I'll turn into a Muppet serial killer, I guess. I don't know.
Or like a
Kermit.
crazy stalker fan or whatever.
Oh, jeez, dude. Oh, God. Personally,
Yes,
for
that's where I'm
me,
going with that.
I'm a huge Muppet fan. So I'm pumped for this. I love the original Muppet Show to death. It's in rotation every time we put on Disney Plus, pretty much, where we're watching something Muppety at some point in the week. So I'm pumped for this. Couldn't be more excited. I'm not the biggest Sabrina Carpenter fan. I've tried getting into her music. I genuinely have tried listening. Just not a fan, but I understand that she is like the safest of the Disney musical stars of recent time, and she very much has that connection. I mean, she was in Dakari. Bring up the Phineas and Ferb creators. Milo's Murphy's Law. Weird Al was the lead actor in that, and
Mm,
Sabrina Carpenter was the supporting role in that show on
yeah.
Disney. You know, so I think it makes sense. I think Sabrina Carpenter will work well with the Muppets, especially too. So I'm really excited for this one. Curtis, how are you feeling about the Muppet Show coming back?
Cool. I think I've said before, I didn't grow up with a lot of Muppet stuff. I've only seen a couple Muppet things. I mean, I like them. I just never grew up on them. I've only seen like Muppets Treasure Island and like Muppets Christmas Carol,
Yeah.
which are both
Crazy.
very good.
Yeah, they're
Christmas,
great.
I had just watched Christmas Carol. I think for the first time last year with the Muppets version. Holy fuck,
You know,
Michael Caine
same me
is
too,
so
actually.
good. He is so good at bringing like why am I crying in a fucking Muppet movie? It's
Oh my
so good.
god, dude! You gotta
My,
watch Muppets
Michael
2011, bro. I'm in tears every time.
Okay, I'll put it on the
That's
list.
the
I'm always excited for
Jason.
more Muppets.
I think that's why I'm so excited for the new Muppet Show because what this is the Seth Rogen Muppets 2011 is that for Jason Segel. Like that is his
Okay.
love letter, his passion project. And I really adore the Muppets mainly in the film kind of industry compared to the television or even just the public appearance industry, you know, with their
yeah.
reputations. So 2011, dude, is like for when it comes to nostalgia, there's other ones I prefer, but when it comes to quality, like it's the original Muppet movie, and then it's 2011 for me. Like I just
Okay.
love that thing to death, dude. Genuinely,
All right, I'll put it on the list.
yeah, it's great. It has a sequel as well, like a direct sequel, Muppets Most Wanted. I watched that
Okay.
once. That's not part of like Jason, like his character doesn't return whatsoever, even though it just kind of continues the storyline of the characters he introduces. It's a little bit wonky compared to 2011, but 2011 is genuinely, um, it might have been nominated for something I don't know, but like I'm not gonna look back at the Oscar list for 2011. If it wasn't nominated, I want to raise the fucking pitchfork because that movie deserves it. Like genuinely, that's
All right.
Man or Muppets incredible, dude.
All right.
Yeah, Dakari, let me hear your thoughts on the Muppet Show coming back.
I mean, I never really got into the Muppets like that, so I don't know, but I mean, it seems cool that they are bringing it back, because I know there's a lot of fans of that series, you know.
Mm,
Hmm.
so good, dude, so good. Um, let's go
I
ahead.
mean, shit, like.
I get it. If you don't grow up with it, you're not going to
Yeah.
be, in your 20s, raving over Kermit the Frog. I get it, dude. But for
Right.
me, like when I saw that news, if it weren't for literally the Muppet Show's come back, guys, and Jimmy Kimmel got canceled 5 minutes later, if it weren't for that like domino effect of them just like releasing and announcing a bunch of shit, I was like jumping up and down. Like I'm so happy this is coming back, genuinely. Turning away from news and kind of going up to other media to discuss this week. A couple of things we'll just kind of breeze through because I've been putting them off the last few episodes. Those are some TV shows. Caught up on South Park. Incredible season yet again. It is just wild. I know every episode has been causing headlines and a lot of rave on all sides of every party, it feels like. But what you can't deny is the quick wittiness and the quality of the way they're able to turn these around in just 2 weeks. Very much worth watching this season. I think it is probably, dude, like the most important season to watch since the show has like had its initial like first couple seasons run. Ever since like Kenny died and came back, like this is the pinnacle season to watch. It is so good. Caught up on Peacemaker. Again, what I was saying after the premiere, dude, I'm not loving this show. I'm not loving this season almost whatsoever. This is strictly just a background thing to have on for me at this point. I'm pretty bored of it more than anything. I'm only kind of committing to finishing the season in the background just because we've been talking about it in the podcast. So we'll see. Maybe it wraps with a nice bow on it, but I don't know, man. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I do think this is John Cena's best performance. It is his best role. I just wish he had better writing and better than James Gunn. Like, it is just so old to me at this point. I cannot stand James Gunn's work. So yeah, I don't know. Peacemaker season 2 is not hitting for me, unfortunately. I'd like to see the character in a different world, a different creative world, I should say.
Isn't he in a different world?
Yeah, I mean, it's a mess,
Oh
dude.
no.
It's a fucking mess. Other things, though, that I've watched real quick while I was sick and away, I did binge the entirety of The Paper in one sitting. That is, of course, the Office sequel series
wow.
on Peacock. Hot take, dude, or maybe not a hot take. It's pretty good. Like, it's no Office, and I think the biggest issue this show is going to have going forward is the release schedule. Obviously The Office season 1 was cut short. It's only 6 episodes. And then it kind of had its footing of season 2 being like the full 23, 24 episodes and having a weekly release. I don't understand why we dropped all 10 episodes at once and we're still sticking to the half-hour format. I'm cool with it being a half hour. I don't mind that. But like part of The Office of why it was so successful and why these relationships worked, I understand a lot of people just kind of binge it now, which is its own issue in my opinion. But like part of the reason is like the Jim and Pam thing. You get 3 seasons before we
Yeah.
come together, and we're feeling those slight nuances. We're feeling that tension weekly, and it's some great buildup. When you have relationships that aren't necessarily trying to emulate what the last show did, but you can't help but compare because it is the sequel series, it just feels weird because like we're not rushing necessarily. We're just introducing some things really early on compared to the other show, and it just makes it feel a little out of place. So it's a really great season, and I think it's definitely worth your watch, especially if you like The Office. I need season 2 before next summer, genuinely, because I don't think this is going to work if we end up taking it takes 2 years to make a streaming show at this point. You know what I'm saying? Look at Euphoria as the biggest example. Euphoria season 2 had everyone on lock, dude, weekly. It has been 3 years, damn near 4 by the time season 3 comes out. I hate to say it, but like I don't care anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want this show to kind of fall into that hole too. So we'll see. The last thing I watched and the last thing we'll discuss before we talk about our podcast polls is season 2. I finished all of that of The Shrinking, Shrinking, which, Brandon, you mentioned the studio earlier this episode. Shrinking is another Apple TV show going on, starring Jason Segel and Harrison Ford. I know next season is reintroducing Michael J. Fox, which is incredible. He's coming out of retirement for this. Shrinking is just a beautiful show. If you've ever dealt with, mental health issues in your own life or had someone else affected by them, I think this is a really good, outlet to kind of not make fun of yourself necessarily, but to kind of poke fun at yourself just a tiny bit and to kind of understand and see these characters go through maybe a similar experience or just deal with similar coping mechanisms. Really entertaining. Harrison Ford just gets to be a grumpy old man on camera, and it's good. He
plays himself.
He just plays himself.
Right, I was about to say.
He plays himself, and it works because Jason Segel, if you guys have ever seen him in How I Met Your Mother or even Muppets 2011, he kind of has this awkwardness, klutzy kind of attitude with him, and the chemistry between him and Harrison is genuinely unmatched. I would have killed to see Jason Segel in an Indiana Jones movie as his sidekick. It's just kind of wild. And of course, the whole point of this show is Harrison Ford's character's dealing with Parkinson's and seeing that Michael J. Fox is coming out of retirement. Of course, we all know Michael J. Fox has Parkinson's, and unfortunately his situation's kind of gotten worse over the years. I can't wait to see that interaction, that kind of role we're going to bring to this. Because from my understanding, Michael J. Fox will be a mentor to Harrison Ford, which is so wild to say out loud that Marty McFly will be teaching Han Solo some stuff. But genuinely very
That's
excited.
hilarious.
Cannot wait for season 3. There's not a release date for it just yet, but season 2 is really, really solid. Check out Shrinking if you haven't already. Dakari, if you want to go ahead and pull up our Instagram stories so we can get over the podcast poll this week, so we can go ahead and get ready to discuss our Adam Sandler films. Of course, we're talking Happy Gilmore 2 and The Waterboy, like we mentioned. Dakari, don't make me stall anymore. You got the poll up, bro.
Yep, I got it.
Good deal.
According to our Instagram polls, which one is better? We have Happy Gilmore 2 at 17% and The Waterboy at 83%.
All right,
Yeah.
dude. Wow. I got some things to say about both these movies, so let's go ahead. Waste no time at all.
Boy.
For our listeners on our podcast platforms, we're going to go ahead and take a quick little break, go over our Stream of the Week brought to you by Will this week. For our listeners here live on YouTube or those who are watching the live being replayed, we're going to go ahead and dive into it. So for those listeners, we'll be right back. And we're back. Let's go ahead and discuss these two films. Dude, let's do The Waterboy first, okay? I think I have more to say on Happy Gilmore 2, so let's go ahead and knock out The Waterboy. I loved Adam Sandler growing up. I still love Adam Sandler's work. That's why we're, back here talking about it again this week. The Waterboy, though, dude, believe it or not, this was something that I consistently got mixed up with Billy Madison. Excuse me, I almost called him Happy Madison because that's the production company. But but Billy Madison, dude, I always got Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, and The Waterboy mixed up. It mainly just kind of had in my mind Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore. I don't think I've seen The Waterboy in its full entire hour and 20 minutes until this podcast. I've seen large chunks of this movie on TV or a DVD on a road trip or just at someone's house or something. But I don't think I've sat down for the entirety of it because I always just remember for whatever reason Mama from Waterboy being Mama and Billy Madison for it just got these two movies completely jumbled up together. But yeah, dude, we got Bobby Boucher. He's the water boy for the local football team, and he's the top-notch water boy, if you will. Homeboy's got his H2O all on deck, all almost ironed out.
H2O.
Yes.
You're also gonna miss because Adam Sandler, both those movies have the exact same. I talk like this all the time in the movie.
Yeah,
that's 75% of his movies.
Yeah, dude. Brandon, you did that shit way too well, dude. You know what I think is really funny about this as well, Brandon? Our listeners might not realize this, but anytime I've hung out with you, Brandon, unless we're at a showcase in full suits, you dress identical to Adam Sandler. We were in downtown Chicago.
Really?
Yeah, dude. We were in
Yo.
downtown Chicago last summer with Danilo after BluesCon, or before BluesCon. And we spent, I shit you not, like 4 hours getting rejected at every nightclub in town because Brandon's wearing basketball shorts, a white tank top, or a white t-shirt, and like a Detroit Lions snapback, dude.
That was funny.
It was
Yeah,
it was
you know,
nuts.
yeah, you got a point. Yeah, you got a point.
Yeah, dude, you have the Sandler attire everywhere you go. So the fact that you just did that impression that well is fucking weird, and I love it, dude.
It's hilarious.
Can you do it one more time, Brandon, before we move on? Just do it one more time.
Oh, that high quality H2O?
Oh my god, yeah, someone clip that right there. We need that shit. All right, so yeah,
Captain
dude.
Insano, Sango's no mercy.
Oh Jesus, dude. Go ahead and let, let me stop. Let me stop. So yeah, Bobby Boucher, he is the water boy for the local football team. He's got that high quality H2O. He's got his job on deck, and we have a comment on YouTube that someone is saying not the basketball shorts. Sorry, that just threw me off just seeing that comment pop up. But yeah, dude, Bobby Boucher, he wants some more in life, but you know, mama's raising a good little boy, and is really like stunting this guy growing up. He's what, in his like late 20s, his 30s, is still the water boy. We're in the backwoods of Louisiana. She's living at the swamp. He's driving around a riding lawnmower as his car. I had a friend in high school, and if you guys have ever seen the video "Be Free Little Nugget," Nick, he literally would do that like throughout high school, is just drive around a lawnmower in our neighborhood and shit. So seeing that on live action again was hilarious, revisiting that. It's almost like Forrest Gump kind of innocence, you know what I'm saying, where like he's the mama's boy and he's stuck in these patterns nonstop. And yeah, Bobby Boucher, he gets fired from the football team. He finds another football team led by Henry Winkler, and he ends up joining the football team this time. He gets the girl of his dreams, even though he's got to fight for her. He's got to fight to play football and win the championship. And it's a fun little comedy, dude. Revisiting this thing, like I forgot like how funny this movie genuinely is. And like I mentioned, it kind of gets blended over with Billy Madison for me. And it came out right around the same time too. Like he's on a roll. Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, Waterboy all kind of came out back to back, if you will. Dakari, did you grow up with it watching this movie at all? When was the first time you watched The Waterboy?
A couple days ago.
Okay. What were your initial
Yeah,
thoughts after watching this thing, then, dude?
Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It wasn't terrible or nothing. I do feel like a lot of the slapstick elements haven't particularly aged too well, and there's a lot of really bad stereotypes in it. You know what I'm saying? But it is an enjoyable movie. It does have a somewhat decent message. You know, it's a very it's low-key kind of a heartwarming underdog story in a way. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
hmm
Yeah, you know, so yeah, I dug it quite a bit.
Interesting. Okay. Well, Brandon, Mr. Sandler Jr. over here. When was the first time you watched The Waterboy? Because if I'm not mistaken, Brandon, last year you hosted a podcast discussing the first Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison already. And I wasn't there for that episode. So let me hear your thoughts on Sandler in general.
Yeah, I mean, as a person, Sandler is probably widely known as one of the nicest people in Hollywood. I mean, he's just, I mean, great guy. I mean, I would love to like play basketball with him, and I don't even know anything about basketball. But yeah,
The fucking
as far
shorts.
as like,
What?
I'm white, Max. I
Oh
don't know.
Jesus Christ!
You can't jump, Max.
So what that mean? What
You know that movie?
mean?
Keep it going,
As far as,
Brandon.
as far as his movies go, yeah, Adam Sandler is definitely like hit or miss when it comes to his movies, for sure. it's definitely like mid '90s where definitely like he popped up like huge again. Yeah, like Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore. Those are like his two of his more popular movies for sure. And yeah, I've liked a lot of his work, and I've not liked a lot of his work. So I mean, uh, that kind of just goes to show like he doesn't really he. It really goes to show like the mentality of Adam Sandler of just like he wants to make whatever movie he wants to make, and
Mm-hmm.
the one thing I do kind of respect with a lot of his movies is that like he hires a lot of his friends and family
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
his projects a lot, which you could take as a good or bad thing, honestly. But I do like the fact that like he's also getting his friends paid,
Mm-hmm.
and his family at the same time. Even though one of his friends is Rob Schneider, but we'll get into that.
Man,
Um,
fuck Rob Schneider, man.
yeah.
I was curious if that would come up this
But
episode.
But yeah, I like Billy Madison, and Happy Gilmore is probably one of his best movies. If you count to his 2019 movie. Again, I'm
Uncut
drawing a
Gems.
blank. Yeah, Uncut Gems. Jesus Christ, I'm going short-term memory on this. But yeah, like those are some of his best works, in my opinion. Uh, and with Waterboy, I do think it is one of his more classic movies. I
Mm-hmm.
do really enjoy it a lot. Um, Also, I think this is one of his first movies where he does use that kind of voice for like the first time, and he that is not the first time he uses that voice in a lot of his movies.
Won't be the
Um,
last.
No.
yeah, would not be the last.
Nope.
But I think in this movie, I think it's good enough where it's not too annoying.
Okay.
Where it gets down like in the later part of those movies, like Little Nicky and like a bunch of his like 2000, like a lot of his like movies from the 2000s. Um, but yeah, for right here, like I think it's definitely tolerable. And yeah, like Dakari said, I think there's like a decent, heartwarming underdog story to this movie. Not only with Bobby Boucher, of course. But I do think with Henry Winkler, I think Henry Winkler is low key like underrated in this movie, like for like what he does.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of the cast plays their parts well enough to like where it makes you like believe in like what's happening around him. Of course, it's a ridiculous story of a water boy joining or becoming linebacker for this like shitty football team. Um, but I mean, you end up like getting caught up in it in a way. And Kathy Bates like sells the hell out of like Mama.
Oh
She
yeah, for
does
sure.
such a good. I think she's
Yeah.
probably like she gives the best performance in this movie, um, for sure. Everything is just the devil, I guess, to her. It's just
Everything is the
it's a
devil to
such a
her,
funny
bro.
get. It's so funny. Um, but yeah, she does a really good job. Um, Weirdly, this might be a hot take or not. Even though it's a very quick cameo, I don't mind Rob Schneider in this movie. I think it's one of his more quotable um movies, though I can't help but think there's something racist to his performance.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like not
Snyder?
the first time where I had to
No.
think about that. Right? Like shocking.
I'm just saying Chevy Chase
Um
in his old age isn't racist too, dude. At this point.
Oh, I am appalled,
Hey,
sir.
man.
how dare
Yeah.
you suggest that?
No, that one's just heartbreaking. Well, I can't even say heartbreaking, dude. He's been like that all of our lives, for fuck's sake.
No, right. That's kind of the one thing I have against Adam Sandler is that he keeps hiring Rob Schneider for a lot of his movies. Um, but regardless of that, Waterboy is still a classic to me. I still get a kick out of it. Some of the jokes still get me.
Hmm.
But yeah, not all of it holds up for sure. But yeah, I can't stay mad at this movie.
Well, I think I like most about this movie. I'm glad you mentioned the whole Kathy Bates casting. She's wonderful. But
She's really good.
I love the set design for their house, dude. Like in the middle of the fucking
Yeah.
swamp, the bridge leading up to it is just comical as hell. Like I mentioned earlier, driving the lawnmower is just completely funny to me because I have that experience of a friend
It
doing that
really
kind of shit.
it's good.
I love the
That's
bit
really
where
good.
like I forget the name of Bobby's girlfriend in this, the girl of his dreams, when she like tunes up the lawnmower and it goes like super fast, and it's just put on speed. That shit is
Yeah.
absolutely hilarious, dude. This movie knows how to not take itself serious in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't feel stupid like Hubie Halloween kind of done.
Yeah.
Like, it
Yeah.
just feels ridiculous, and we're gonna stick to those kind of guns. You know, like I mentioned, the set design for the house, all of it feels like an intricate like Muppet set to me. Like, I'm almost expecting in the background like some little fuzzball just go because it's such a gross, like, alive environment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't. This movie really, I don't want to say it holds up, but like I didn't watch all of it growing up, I guess.
Yeah,
So
I
I
only
don't-
watched it for the first time like maybe a couple years ago, and then I rewatched it for this podcast.
Okay, gotcha.
So I didn't even grow up with it either. I caught it when I was like, I don't know, when I just hit my adulthood, honestly.
Yeah, but I'm glad, Brandon, you put me onto a different show that I'll talk about in a second. But like, I'm so glad I watched this when I did, because I love Henry Winkler after watching Barry, dude, genuinely. And I
Yeah.
totally forgot he was in this movie. So when we get to the reveal and like he's this crazy like coach who's like talking to himself basically, and we have this abysmal, like, bubbling, gross, festering, like, cesspool of water that he's referring to, that he's feeding the players. That whole reveal and interaction is just comedy gold, in my opinion. I love how dead he looks in this movie.
But with his character too, like there's actually like a sweet story to him. Like there's like an
Yeah.
actual like arc to his character and all that stuff. Like there's an actual reason why he's acting like this.
Yeah.
Granted, it's a ridiculous one in a way, but like it makes sense. Like I was rooting for Henry Winkler in this movie.
No, I agree, dude. I truly do agree. Curtis, let me hear some of your thoughts real quick on The Waterboy. Did you grow up watching this movie?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Family was a lot of big like Sandler people, kind of like say like Sandler Carey era. I looked at
Okay,
like,
yeah,
early
yeah.
late '90s. So a lot of their movies were on all the time.
Okay.
Waterboy was the one we had watched a lot. I remember probably too young to watch a Sandler movie. Rewatched it for this. I think it's fine. Like Dakari was saying, there's a lot of stuff that has not aged super well. I think a lot of these side jokes actually hit more for me. Like I think my favorite joke in the movie is like, he's going up to one of the teams and he's envisioning the guy being like, "Oh, Vanessa's the devil, Bobby." He goes, "She's not the devil. She's a great lady." Cuts to the real quarterback. Goes, "I didn't say that. Oh my God, somebody help me!" And then he gets shit rocked.
My favorite part is when he's imagining Henry Winkler, and he just keeps going Gatorade.
Gatorade, yeah. That was H2O sucks. A lot of that one is like super good. I like those kind of side jokes. Kind of the same thing. Like I know it's not about it, but like Mr. Deeds has the same thing. Like big star football player said something bad. His dad's gonna beat him with a belt, and the dude's like 35. He goes, "Daddy, no." Those jokes, I don't know. Those always hit for me really well. I think Sandler does fine. I think Kathy Bates is the underrated star of this movie. Honestly, she does such a good job as Mama. She's so good. Henry Winkler's good. I think the guy who plays the rival coach that fired Bobby at the beginning, I think he fit the character really well. Just this just total jerk ass coach. I forgot that his college teacher was Colonel Sanders. I was like, all right,
That is pretty great.
this is
too,
a joke. I was watching it again. I was like, is that supposed to be Colonel Sanders? And it goes for like 10 minutes. He goes, "No, Mr. Sanders." I'm like, oh, okay, so it is Colonel Sanders for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
I'm like, sure,
That's
bro,
the joke.
whatever.
Yeah, that's the joke.
Yeah. This is like one of the few Schneider appearances. I'm okay with. It's like probably for me his most quotable. He's like, "You could do it."
Oh no, we suck again.
He's like, again, he lied. Cut his head off.
But yeah, there's
no.
probably something racist to his voice too.
Oh,
Like,
for sure.
dude.
like
Like I don't know. I think Waterboy's fine. It's definitely probably outside the realm of my top favorite Sandler movies. But it is an enjoy. Like I wouldn't, if it was on, I wouldn't like turn it off immediately. I'd be like, oh yeah, this is a fun little quirky movie.
That's fair, dude. That's fair. I don't know. I appreciated this movie. Obviously, we'll talk about Happy Gilmore in a bit. I rewatched the first Happy Gilmore because it's been forever, because I didn't get my thoughts on Brand's podcast for last year. So yeah, I watch these like back to back. I was surprised by like how well of a binge combo they are. Like truly, like they complement each other really really well. Obviously, we'll talk about the Gilmore sequel in just a moment. But just like yeah, dude, I really enjoyed being able to literally in bed, sick as hell one night, just put on both of these back to back. It's a good laugh for sure. So I want to go ahead and focus real quick and just respond to a comment we have in our live chat section real quick. Waterboy was the go-to movie at for the movie night in my household growing up and even out, honestly. But you got to say your favorite is The Wedding Singer. That's like one of the only Adam Sandler movies I haven't seen still, dude.
That
I
was
haven't
good.
seen it too. Like honestly, like I have not seen that. It's one. I think it's one of his better ones too.
I've heard
That was
really
actually pretty
things.
good.
Yeah.
That was really
Yeah.
good.
You know what's really underrated is Bedtime Stories, dude. Did you guys ever see that one?
I did. Yeah.
Is that
I
the
don't
one
know.
where
I
he
didn't.
tells bedtime stories and they like come to reality or something?
Yep.
I think I've seen like maybe once or twice.
I saw that in
I
theaters.
saw it a lot on Disney Channel as a kid.
That's probably where I saw it.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot, dude. I think that one holds up pretty well too. That's very heartwarming. I don't know, man. Adam Sandler, and obviously like 50 First Dates as well too. Like
That one's good.
that's a great one, dude. Genuinely, like he has heart in these, which is something that you can't say a lot for some of these comedy artists, you know.
Oh, like Big Daddy. Big
Right.
Daddy's
Sure.
so
Of
good.
course,
Oh,
dude.
Big Daddy. Yeah. It's
I
really
haven't seen that
underrated.
Oh, Big Daddy's great.
So, and that's how he met his wife too, was Big Daddy. If I'm not mistaken, right?
The
I
Sprouse
believe
twins
so,
are
yeah.
in that movie too.
Yeah,
Yep.
dude.
Mm,
Very, very good.
Nobody get this kid a Happy Meal.
Great.
Need to rewatch that
That's
again
crazy.
soon sometime. Let's
Yeah.
let's talk about our ratings for The Waterboy, because I'm really, really curious to hear everyone's thoughts on Happy Gilmore 2. Curtis, I'm going to put you up first for your ratings for this one, man. What do you rate The Waterboy?
Sure. Honestly, it's hard. Honestly, it's probably like a Hoff on the way to like a Naboo. It is a bad movie, but like it's an enjoyable bad.
Sure, okay. I hear you.
Like it's not it probably is offensive at some place, but like it's not. It's stupid, but you're no like early '90s Sandler. You're gonna get some kind of stupid, and it just plays into it. I think it's a fun watch.
Yeah.
It's 98 though.
Oh, fuck! If there's like an early Sandler movie, Jesus, I didn't know it was that early. Damn. No, it's fine. Like, there's definitely better ones out there, but like, if you're a big Sandler fan, give Waterboy a watch. It is a fine movie.
Sure, okay. I got you.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
you. Dakari, let me hear your rating for this one next.
Yeah, I'll give this one a Naboo.
Okay.
It is a watchable movie. It is enjoyable. I do feel like the underdog aspect of it is what makes it stand out the most, because this guy he's just bullied for next to nothing because of him being who he is, but that's not entirely his fault. Most of it is because of how he was raised, and that goes back to the trauma that his mom carried from her past and everything, you know? And it's some interesting things to think about and talk about, because shit like that honestly happens to this very day. You know what I'm saying? This movie, however, is just extremely it extremely over exaggerates it, and it implements some really, really dated stereotypes in it that really just keeps this movie from being great. You know what I'm saying? I do enjoy it. I do think it is a watchable movie. There's some parts that genuinely did make me laugh. And I'll probably watch this again when I'm drunk.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yep, there you go.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
For me, my rating for this car is echoing yours. It is also a Naboo.
Yeah.
However, this is one of those movies that like I feel when it's on and I'm actively watching it, I like it more than I do when I'm like actually thinking about it. So like in that case, when it comes on, it's probably like a Naboo on the way to Bespin for me, just because I'm actively getting the laugh. But like the laugh doesn't stick with me with this one compared to others. But yeah, I think it's worth watching 100%, especially if you're an Adam Sandler fan. Like, I wouldn't necessarily say this is like one of the staple roles that like you have to see, but like you should watch it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of his B tier movies, and it's one of his good B tier movies that like if you're going through the list, you need to add it on there, kind of deal. Yeah, so I feel comfortable giving this one a Naboo. Brandon, where are you at with the Waterboy?
Yeah, honestly, this might be too high, but I don't know. I'm gonna give this a Naboo on the way to Bestman.
Okay.
Honestly, like I I think I like
Okay.
the story a lot more than like the jokes
Hmm.
in this. And there are
Yeah.
definitely some
Yeah.
clever jokes.
Yeah.
And yeah, some dated jokes for sure too. But I don't know. I was like really digging like the Bobby Boucher story and like Henry Winkler as the coach. Like this is like a really like enjoyable uh comedy. Like sure, it's like it's not like the best of the best, but like if I turn this back on, like I'm still gonna have a really good time with it. Some of the performances are really good. Also shout out uh to the Big Show as Captain Insano. I know Curtis, you like that,
Yep, I got it.
and that was still from his time in WCW too, which is very dated.
Oh,
Uh,
right, yeah.
yeah. But yeah, there I was just I really got caught up in the story too, like this underdog story that Adam Sandler can do very well if he really puts like effort into it. Yeah, that's really all I have to say.
Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on to the elephant in the room, Happy Gilmore 2.
Oh, oh come on.
Oh,
I think it's safe to say we all enjoy Happy Gilmore, the first one.
love it.
Very, very good
I was
movie.
not. It had been years, dude. I'm talking like damn near like 15 years since I've seen Happy Gilmore in its entirety. Like it's always one of those I
Wow.
catch on where it's like either 20 minutes into it or the last 20 minutes on TV kind of thing. But yeah, dude, right off the bat, since I wasn't on that Happy Gilmore episode originally, I love that movie. And I'm a sucker for anything that has like a genuine connection to a grandmother, as everyone knows with my history of that. Like Happy Gilmore is a very pure movie and has a lot of
It
heart,
is.
dude. And Carl Weathers is hilarious in it. You know what I'm saying? I know
Yeah.
he's not in the entirety of the movie, even though his presence is completely felt through it. The ending with him as like a weird ghost over the building is or the house is hilarious.
And then the alligator.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. Like this movie has some
Yeah.
really good charm, and it's short as well. It's an hour and a half. It's tight. It's
Hmm.
concise, and it has a really good charm and quality to it. Happy Gilmore 2 is the sequel that is on Netflix. I think it's no secret Adam Sandler kind of lives on Netflix now. And after Uncut Gems
Yeah.
was snubbed, we're gonna see Adam Sandler on Netflix for forever. You either love or hate that. You know, I am of the opinion that after watching Uncut Gems and supporting that movie during its theatrical run and returning to Punch Drunk Love, Adam Sandler is an absolute underdog of an actor and is he's a genius when it comes to acting, but he's hidden in plain sight in my opinion. Like
Yeah. That's a perfect way to put it.
he just doesn't have those roles very often. But when he has the moment to shine, dude, in various different genres, he really shines. And the first Happy Gilmore is a perfect example of him shining in comedy, especially like not just on he's the funny guy, but like he's lovable in that movie, genuinely.
Hmm.
So yeah, Happy Gilmore 2. It's the Billy or the excuse me, the Happy Madison
Mistaken Billy
production company.
Madison.
It's part of what literally made Adam Sandler, and so it's no surprise that this is on Netflix whatsoever. It takes place 30 years later. We're just kind of following in real time, and it's almost like I saw an interview prior to where Adam Sandler did discuss saying that this movie does have a very wonderful tribute to Carl Weathers, and
It does.
we get that visually in the film, but what I think is not discussed very often, and I haven't really even seen talked about at all, is the fact that this movie feels like Rocky 3 in a sense. We get the training sequence on the beach You know what I'm saying? In this movie, we get all
It
of that.
does.
And we deal
It
with Happy
does.
Gilmore having the complete championship height of his fame. He's the mascot on everything. His face is plastered everywhere, and he fucks up and he loses it all. You know what I'm saying? And we see that kind of downward spiral. I know a lot of it's in an expository monologue or and montage, excuse me. But it has that effect, and we're putting Happy Gilmore back down, not necessarily as just the underdog to where he's the unexpected player within this one, but we're seeing him reclimb the ladder genuinely through this movie. And I left this comment on my letterbox, and I don't know if anyone else will resonate with this, but this is personally how I feel. Happy Gilmore too does a better job of making Happy Gilmore feel like Luke Skywalker than The Last Jedi did, dude. Like I get that
But
whole
see, that's
wow.
not no,
I
no,
get
that's
that
not even fair.
I get that
That's
whole
not even
redemption though,
fair.
where we feel him having this moment where he throws it all away, he's refusing to, and his return to it feels triumphant for me. I'm gonna get to the quality of the film and all that in just a second, but I just want to
Those are two
say like
completely different characters,
I
yo.
hear
It's
you, I
like,
hear you, but still, dude, go ahead, give me a backwards facing shot of Happy Gilmore with that golf club in his hand. He might as well be a little fucking broom boy in The Last Jedi for all I care visually. But point being, yeah, dude, we see Happy Gilmore lose it all. He accidentally kills his wife with the thing he loves most, which is just out of pocket as hell. He has a crazy drinking problem. He spirals. He has all these kids. He loses the house just like Rocky does as well. And he's just trying to pick his life back up. And through this is his daughter, who is a ballet dancer. She's wanting to go to school in Paris or in France, and it costs so much money for her to be able to do this. There's no other way that Happy knows how to make money as quick as he does, other than golf. So it's all about him trying to get back into the game. Benny Safdie, and of course, Brandy, you mentioned, he's employing all of his French for these movies. So there's no doubt in my mind, and for anyone who hasn't even seen this movie, it's cameo central. Like it's
My
insane
God.
the amount of
Yeah.
cameos in this movie.
Yeah.
yeah, the cameos are nuts.
They
in this
really are. And funny enough, we were talking about Uncut Gems earlier. The director, one of the brothers, Benny Safdie, is in this, and he's like the
Yeah.
antagonist who is doing like the Cars 3 route, where they're trying to change the game, change the sport, and wrap in the original champion to kind of be the spokesperson of this. And he's like, nah, fuck that. Like, I just want to make this money and be done with this. Like, I'm done. Like, this is it for me. I'm only doing this because I was once good at it. And we really see him struggle and go through this, to kind of try to climb the ladder up again. And eventually we do get the ultimate golf face off after having 1,500 cameos and callbacks. I'm so blown away that like I I don't know what Adam Sandler was smoking, dude, but like I love it at the same time, and I'll kind of get into that in a minute because he he makes all these connections with these characters that feel very one-off, like a punchline or throwaway for us, that we may not ever think about them again until we pop Happy Gilmore back in our DVD players. But he really tries to give these characters, these D-list characters, a legacy through this, which is really, really
Mm-hmm.
interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's not just that we're seeing, Chubbs' kid, which of course we do see in this film. It's not like we're just following that. Like, every small character, every throwaway punchline gets to have that kid, that legacy, or even the original actor gets to come back and have the spotlight for a moment. Even literally the dude who evicts them in the original movie and gets thrown out of the glass door gets his time to shine in this again. It's really, really interesting to see all that work in this film. So after 1,000 cameos, we get to the big golf tournament. And of course, Happy Gilmore wins the golf tournament. He gets to send his daughter off to dance school, and they all live happily ever after, if you will. And we get the same tribute again that we for Chubbs' character that we do in the original film, but now it also incorporates his wife, and it's just funny how this works out, dude. Like Happy Gilmore 2 may not be a great movie. It may not even be a good movie, to be honest with you. but like with everything that Adam Sandler stands for, I can't help but respect the hell out of this movie. You know what I'm saying? I'm making a movie currently that's very similar to Happy Gilmore 2, and I didn't put two and two together until I'm watching this movie, where it feels like Cameo Central. I'm rehiring all my friends, all my actors, all my crews coming back for project news, and it's very much in vein with what was done in Happy Gilmore 2. And because of that, I gotta admit, like, the quality might not be there. You know what I'm saying? And maybe we can't catch lightning in a bottle twice, but the heart is in there for this sequel, and it's a really interesting experience watching this movie from that perspective. Because not only are you getting, of course, like the weird out of pocket cameos, like Eminem's in this, Post Malone's in this, Stephen A. Smith is in this for some fucking reason.
Eric Andre.
Sean Evans from Hot Ones, Margaret Qualley is in this. Like, there's all these random people
Eminem,
who just like
Eminem.
who really shouldn't be in this, arguably. But seeing them kind of meshed into the typical Adam Sandler, cast and crew, the bunch we have, and then also the people from the original kind of come back into play and get their moment. It's a really interesting dynamic, genuinely. There is no other bad movie that I've seen, I think, in the last year that has left my head scratching more than Happy Gilmore 2, genuinely. Brandon, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this one first, just because you did discuss Happy Gilmore 1 originally. What are your thoughts on the sequel?
Yeah, so like I've talked about, like Happy Gilmore is probably like top 3 as far as like Adam Sandler movies, for
Okay.
sure. It's just a good mix of comedy and like just overall like that lovable like charisma that Adam Sandler just has to him.
Hmm.
I don't want to say like childlike, but just this like like just this lovable guy that you just want to root for. At the very end. And yeah, I was really excited when um I was kind of like of two minds when the announcement officially came out for Happy Gilmore 2, because like on the one hand, like I was excited for like Happy Gilmore 2 because that's one of his better movies, but on the other hand, it's another one of those sequel movies that is like long overdue for a sequel, so you don't know what to expect
Hmm.
from a sequel like that. And then you get all the announcements of like, oh, like Travis Kelce's gonna be in this movie, and Bad Bunny's gonna be in the movie, and um, yeah, literally like you can't go a second in this movie without seeing any kind of celebrity in this movie, whether it's like a golfer or Haley Joel Osment, who just randomly appears as the
Haley
villain of
Joel
this movie.
Osment. He's actually like a major character in the movie. He doesn't
Yeah,
just
Yeah,
have a
like
cameo.
he
Yeah,
first
dude.
pops
Side
up, and I'm like,
antagonist.
whoa, he's in this
Like
movie
what the
too.
hell? Where's he
What
been
that?
at? Like, damn.
Uh, yeah, because like that BoJack Horseman quote just comes up. What is a crossover episode all of a sudden?
Like what? Like what's happening?
Which reminds me, I do want to see BoJack Horseman once again.
Oh, I agree.
Going back to the movie, yeah, like as I'm starting to watch like the first half of this movie, there's like an actual like genuinely decent character arc for Happy Gilmore in this movie. Like, of course, like him like putting like a flask in like the most randomest things, like
That's the greatest bit in this, dude.
like the
Genuinely.
TV
That's just
remote
crazy.
or like the potted
Phone
plant, like
case.
he just hides a flask in it, whatnot.
Hmm.
Like the
But
soap
like
grinder.
yeah, like just the randomest things, and yeah, of course it's supposed to be a gag or like a running joke in the movie, but I don't that it didn't. I didn't get treated as like it was like a running joke.
No, it
It
wasn't
was a lot
funny.
more sincere than it really should be,
Hmm.
as far as like this like down on his luck alcoholic who like had his 15 minutes of fame, what or not, and then like he spiraled down this like career slump, you could say. But yeah, like you see like him like ever since like he killed his wife, he's going through this just the slump in his life. Like he's big alcoholic and he has to go to AA meetings. And Ben Stiller's character from the first movie ends up being
Oh yeah, dude, I forgot about Ben
the
Stiller too. Yeah.
yeah he ends up
Oh
being
yeah.
the like uh, the teacher or like the counselor, I guess, whatever you want to call it for the meetings.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, like I was really buying to the story of Adam Sandler really trying to like rally money for his daughters just so she can go to dance school, and I'm like, okay, like I'm digging this, and then the celebrities just kept coming and coming and coming and coming. And that's where I feel like it really drags a lot of this movie, in my opinion. Like
Sure.
that third act, especially, like it's definitely like the weakest point of this movie. Not to say like it doesn't have like funny moments in it. But yeah, like the celebrities just overwhelmingly take away from a lot of this movie from me. And like, of course, it's an Adam Sandler movie. You're going to expect celebrity cameos in it,
Mm-hmm.
but bro, this was so much. And yeah, you go from like Eminem
Yeah.
plays the fucking jackass, son of the jackass guy,
Just
which
nuts.
it honestly kind of cringe for me, being Detroit, Eminem guy, but
Mm-hmm.
that was probably like a little too much for me.
I thought you would have been creaming your pants with that one, dude. The way you're dressing with the basketball shorts and the Detroit Lions snapback.
Yeah, he fucking said Detroit motherfucker at the fucking alligators, dude. Like,
Mm-hmm.
fucking cringe, dude. And like, he's going down the same path as his albums recently. But
Oh my!
let's not get on that path.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get me started on that.
Love you, Josh
But,
Breezy, but like you're tripping, dude. That last Eminem album is garbage.
But yeah, you get Eminem, Stephen A. Smith. Yeah, too many to count.
Cameron from Dipset is in this shit.
Yeah, dude.
Like, dude.
Aw.
Kid
Even
Cudi
some of
plays
the-
the cop at the end. Kid Cudi plays the cop at the end.
You're right. Yeah, Kid Cudi is in this, dude.
Everybody is in this movie.
Fuck, was that
Like-
him?
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
fuck,
Kid
I
Cudi.
didn't know that.
I don't know
Kid Cudi.
what's up with
Yeah.
Kid Cudi, dude. He shows his cock on film once, and he's just in every movie all of a sudden, bro. Like, it's
Said,
wild.
what?
Yeah, dude. Remember, he did his acting debut in X, the A24 movie.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, he has a nude scene in X. It was a whole joke about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, even some of the wrestler cameos that me and Curtis can appreciate, like Becky Lynch and MJF, who
Jim Jeff is his kid, who's actually
yeah,
pretty
MJF
enjoyable.
is Adam Sandler's son, which actually he's
That's hilarious.
decent in that movie.
Pretty
Like
good.
he's pretty solid. For like the small amount of time he's given. Like yeah, so many cameos that really take away from a lot of this movie. I will say hot take, and this is not me bullshitting on anything. Bad Bunny in this movie is fucking hilarious. I will not stand for anything on that. As the fucking caddy,
pretty
probably
funny.
my
He
favorite
was
character in
funny.
this movie.
He was funny as hell. I didn't realize that was Bad Bunny.
I didn't know that
was
either.
Bad
Yeah,
Oh
That
really?
was
Yeah,
Bad
that's
Bu-
my
yeah.
Bunny.
Okay,
Yeah,
he was actually,
the
yeah,
fucking-
he was actually pretty good.
Yeah, he was
The
funny
way
as hell.
that Travis Kelce like berates in that one scene, that's Bad Bunny.
He was funny as hell in this movie.
Honestly, Travis Kelce isn't that bad in this movie too, but regardless, like the cameos were way too much for me. But yeah, outside of that, I do love the many callbacks to the first one. Of course, Christopher McDonald as Shooter McGavin,
Oh, yeah.
his most iconic role. It was nice really seeing him back, and I thought they did a decent job of Shooter McGavin in this movie, of him just kind of like, no, I dug the like, I dug the like him coming together and like because he wants to bring back like the old like golf, like he doesn't like the new golf, so I dug that. Yeah, like I like the callbacks, like I said, but the cameos are way too much. Way too much.
Yeah, Brandon's gonna be thrilled when he starts editing Project News in a couple months, dude.
Oh, I'm excited.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, Curtis, let me hear your thoughts, dude. You're shaking your head a little bit. I wanna hear you rip this one a new one.
Okay, so I agree with you guys. Like the heart of the movie is there, and I appreciate all that. Actually, that's one of the few parts of the movie I actually enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
How long is this movie?
Oh,
Like, do
too
we know, like,
fucking
off the top
long.
of
It's
our
like
head?
2 hours.
It's
It
almost
feels like
it's almost
eternity.
2 hours.
Too long.
It
Almost
feels
2
like
hours.
forever. I'm like, it does the sin of like, I like the idea of the story, like where it goes. God, the comedy is so boring. It's so bad. And for me, the biggest thing is they do nothing with Shooter McGavin,
Yeah.
who is like,
It's a
in my
lie.
it's
That's a lie.
in my opinion, Shooter McGavin is like top 10 movie villains of all time. He is so good.
It's so good in the first
He
one.
had an
Like,
arc in this
he-
shit, man.
It's like they bring him back. I'm like, okay, well they have him do like, oh, they're gonna have feud for a little bit, and then they're gonna be like, oh, Happy's gonna learn from Shooter McGavin how to have Shooter teach him how to do golf.
And real quick too, I want to go ahead and mention back to the Rocky 3 stuff, dude. That's just the Apollo stuff, basically.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
shitty
Yeah.
because most of the movie, Shooter McGavin is treated like a fucking insane person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, which I get, he's in a mental hospital for like 30 fucking years. I guess he would go a little crazy. I'm like, sure, but like, I would think when he sees Happy Gilmore, he reverts back to old Shooter McGavin. But because he's not the big dude trying to like bully everybody, he has no one really to bounce off of really well.
Okay, yeah.
sure.
And I'm like, how do you? I'm not gonna lie, Christopher McDonald was the main reason I want to see this movie again because I love him as Shooter McGavin. And I'm just like, you spend all these time with characters that don't really do anything, aren't funny, spend a lot of time on these scenes. When I think if you would have had just the pure story of him trying to get money for his daughter, him trying to get back into the sport, they beef again with Shooter, and then Shooter's like, hey, I hate you so much, but I can respect what you're doing for your kid. Let me help you do all this, then fuck these other guys.
Mm-hmm.
But he gets like one quick montage scene of him doing like, he gets one shot of golf, does some other stuff. That's really about it for Shooter. I'm like, oh, because there's a scene where like one of the golfer, like a real golfer, gets like arrested. I'm like, oh, this is where they'll get Shooter to come and do it. Nah. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess just have McDonald's make the easiest paycheck of his life just standing there, do nothing.
Technically, they do that, but he doesn't he doesn't like fully replace him. He just does like the last hole or something.
Yeah, and I'm like, whatever.
I will say, yeah, I wish they did a little bit more with Shooter McGavin.
Because I think outside of like Happy and like Chubbs, Shooter's the real meat of Happy Gilmore. Of
Oh
why
my
he wants
God,
Happy to
yes.
succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But no, I think all in all, the cameos are too much. I forgot about the movie like almost like 2 hours after I saw it, and I saw it with my family, and we laugh a lot of pretty stupid shit. We watched it, we're like, okay, that was a movie.
Yeah.
That's fair, dude. That's fair.
And I'm like, I wanted more from a sequel, but I know I do respect him trying to get a lot of the old cast as much as he can back into it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like his wife. Oh my god, I want to see that paycheck she got for like 5 minutes of screen time.
God, they did her so dirty. They
Like,
did
hey,
her
I'm
so
back.
dirty.
I look great for her like 30 years later, and you're dead. You're like,
Makes sense.
cool.
I wish they didn't like do it the way they did.
Yeah.
And like, there's too many
Yeah.
flashback scenes where they. I think half of this movie is just flashbacks of the first Happy Gilmore, which I understand because it's been
Yeah.
a long time. But if we're watching Happy Gilmore 2,
Yeah,
we're probably really
I
defending
don't
Happy
think we
Gilmore
need the
first one.
flashbacks. Yeah.
Like maybe 1 or 2, whatever. Like the Happy Place one, I think that's like the acceptable one.
You could. I'm saying you could probably get away with a couple of those, like in the like the first couple minutes of the movie.
I was about to say this.
As like a
If you're
refresher.
watching Happy Gilmore 2, you're also watching Happy Gilmore 2 TOO. You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't one of those legacy sequels where you're just going to
Right.
throw on just Happy Gilmore 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this is one of those
Yeah.
things where you watch both of them together. So because of that, the flashbacks do feel like they're shoved down your throat. I agree. I don't know why.
I think in the
they're
first
there.
30 minutes, it's like all almost. I would say like half is like all cut, like not almost like cutscenes, fucking flashbacks. I'm like, I know. I've watched Happy Gilmore 2. I've watched the first Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
One,
That's why I'm watching the sequel.
Yeah. It is a little odd
one
for that to be
It's
featured
one
so
of the like
prominently.
few Sandler movies I like. I know pretty well, even without seeing it for a few years. I know almost everything that happens. It's like a top 3 Sandler movie.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just wish they did more. Like I like the heart of the story. I like where it wants to go, but there's a lot of times like just nothing happens.
Hmm.
A lot of the jokes aren't funny. I think honestly, now that you said, I think Bad Bunny's probably the funniest character because I'm like, oh, every time
Yeah.
he was great. I was like, he's hilarious.
Hmm.
But like
What do
Happy
you?
really isn't funny.
Like, I want to.
Shooter McGavin isn't funny, and that makes
I
me
do like the
sad.
drinking bit with Happy though, like that Brandon mentioned, dude. The flask thing that had me cracking up. I will admit.
Oh, that one's fine because they have like a real golfer there who's actually
Yeah.
does all that stuff.
Dude, wasn't the guy arrested? Like he got arrested
Like years
in
before, he was
real life.
actually arrested because he
That was
assaulted
the,
a
yeah, that
cop.
was the actual
wow.
guy that got arrested.
Yeah. And that's why at the end he's like, he's like, he Bozeman fails, but basically goes, "What's for dinner?" Goes, "Potato." Goes, "I'll just stay the night." He goes, "Okay, you know the drill."
Oh, I
Because
got
he's
you.
actually
Now.
been
Okay.
arrested.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
I don't know those few things. I don't remember a lot of the story. I don't really like the antagonist character. I don't know why the joke of his breath smells bad
Yeah,
was
that
the
was
entire
bad.
running joke with him. I'm like,
That was not a
why?
good scene.
Yeah, that was a lot, dude.
If anything, I would have like cut that shit out. Keep the idea of like younger golfers trying to like change things differently. But like, to keep Happy there, have Shooter McGavin join the team. Of like these old feuders are now like trying to protect the sport that they like.
Mhm.
But I don't know. It's kind of a really clunky movie for me, and I really want more out of it.
I think, dude, since we're comparing and talking about like the new and old golf and all that, Happy Gilmore is the Wii Sports, right? Happy Gilmore 2 is like the Mario Golf, where it makes no sense. It's existing, it's wacky, and it either works or it doesn't work for you at all. You know what I'm saying?
And it's like, look at all these characters we got the license to.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. It just feels like
here's the
a,
problem,
a,
is,
a
like, also,
select
like,
screen.
When you get like cameos for like commentator roles, like for example, they have Post Malone as a commentator, and I was like, oh, do you know what they could do? They could do like the
Post
dodgeball
Malone.
route, where they have like the guy if you guys ever seen dodgeball, he's like
I
the
haven't.
weird announcer guy.
Jason Bateman.
Yes, or he's just the weird fucking announcer dude, just says random shit. I was like, oh, have Post Malone do that, because I don't. Post Malone's music can be one thing. I think he's a pretty chill dude. I think he's kind of funny.
I
have him be
knew
that
they
kind of
weren't going to go
character.
anywhere with that.
His reactions were, wow, whoa, blah. I'm like, bro, that
was
royalty chick
30
I
minutes
want.
that was 30 minutes that he got paid for.
Oh,
30
God,
minutes of takes.
like 3.
Yeah,
Here-
3
here's the
minutes.
5
Yeah,
lines.
probably 3 minutes.
Here's $70,000.
Yeah.
Probably green screen too.
Probably. I don't know. I have a lot of issues. I like the idea. I like him bringing back people. I wish they'd done more with like some of the OG characters.
Mhm.
The one acceptable guy, the two acceptable ones I like are the kid of the tall guy of the manager with the nail in his head. I thought he did pretty good.
Oh yeah, that's a good bet.
Then Chubbs' kid, whose actor's name I forget, but
Oh, he's the guy from
he's in
Breaking Bad. Yeah.
Breaking Bad, Better
Yeah.
Call Saul.
Oh yeah.
He's a phenomenal actor. I'm so happy he's in more things.
I couldn't tell you his name,
think
but
he's
he's
really good.
Hurley, I think, in Breaking Bad. Is that his name?
It's Huel.
Huel. Okay, yeah, there you go.
Huel. I think
Oh
he's
yeah,
great. I
that
think
is
he's really,
you.
that is Huel. Yeah, he's just
That is you.
skinnier now. He looks great.
Damn.
He's very good. Bad Bunny's really funny. I just wish the main cast itself was more, you know.
I'll tell you what was really weird for me, cast wise, was seeing one of Happy's kids being Carl from Shameless. I don't know what the connection there was to that. That was just really weird to me. He felt the most out of place than everybody. One thing that didn't get mentioned is the beautiful Easter egg or tribute to Cameron Boyce in this film. Obviously, we passed several years ago, and at this point, that was a heartbreaking situation. So it's really beautiful to see Sandler include him still in this big cameo fest, if you will. I like that it's like a no man left behind with this film. It kind of has that energy. Dakari, let me hear some of your thoughts on Happy Gilmore too.
Yeah, so just like Waterboy, I think I remember watching bits and pieces of Happy Gilmore like years ago when I was really small, but I don't remember watching the whole thing. So
Okay.
technically, this would be my first time watching the movie like all the way through. I watched it yesterday, and I actually loved it. I think it's one of Adam Sandler's best films. Um, Very wholesome story, very feel good story. It had slapstick elements, but a lot of it still works to this day. Um, it
The Bob
really
Barker
it's
fight
just
is
this.
classic.
Oh yeah,
Oh
it
yeah,
is.
yeah,
It
yeah.
is. It's hilarious. A lot of
The
the
price is
slapstick
wrong,
elements.
bitch.
Oh my God. Like a lot of the slapstick elements in that movie have aged surprisingly well, and it's just a great story. I'm pretty sure any sane person would relate to the concept of doing something that you know is out of the norm,
Mm-hmm.
like a newfound talent, in order for you to keep your family afloat. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm pretty sure any sane person could relate to that. So I didn't know what to expect from Happy Gilmore 2. I really loved Happy Gilmore, and I was just going into this, and I'm just like, okay, 30 years later, why are we getting this? You know what I'm saying? And I hey, I enjoyed Happy Gilmore 2.
Mm-hmm.
I genuinely,
I'm
I
right there with you, dude.
genuinely,
I'm right there with you.
I genuinely enjoyed this movie. I don't think it's as good as the first film, but
No, no.
as a sequel, I feel like it is very enjoyable in its own right. I really appreciated the character arcs in this sequel. Like, you may not appreciate Shooter McGavin's arc in this movie, Curtis, but I did. I
That's fair.
did. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was teaching Happy how to play golf again, and not only that, he helped him win the game in the end. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Talk about a solid redemption arc, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to do that, but
Did he
it
get his
was
gold
all
jacket? I can't remember.
I don't think
no,
so.
He didn't
No.
get the gold jacket?
no,
Oh.
No.
no.
Then
But
it's
it's
not a fully
all
redeemed arc.
not fully redeemed, but at the same time, I really appreciate it because it was all because of the fact of Benny Safdie's character pretty much cheating his way into the golf leagues, right? And Shooter McGavin's character is like, no, fuck that. You're disgracing golf by doing this shit. You think I'm gonna follow in your footsteps for this? No. So
I
I'm
do kind of like like that kind of twist of like, because I
me
really did
too.
think they were gonna go the way of him joining the new stuff, but I kind of like that they didn't go that
That
route.
part I like because they're like, what's the
Me
because
too.
like they snip a tendon in people, and that's why they do the comical, just fucking whip back shots.
Yeah,
The
Right.
shooter's
yeah.
like, no, if I'm
Right.
gonna beat the shit out of Happy Gilmore, I'm gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck this like genetic shit.
Yeah.
Exactly, right? And even though Shooter is known to be a dickhead, that kind of you can tell that went against the integrity that he had for golf as a
Yeah.
sport. You know what I'm saying? Which really made me appreciate his arc. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I will say that there's one too many flashbacks in this movie, and I do feel like the setting up of the film is very rushed, even though it is akin to how the first film was set up, with the dad dying in the first and then his wife dying at the beginning in this. It makes sense. Like you said, Max, this is a Happy Gilmore TOO instead of just a Happy Gilmore number two. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It makes sense, but goddamn, it's been 30 years.
Yeah.
Like, give us time to
Yeah.
marinate on the fact that his wife is gone and he has to raise 5 kids on his own. And he lost his grandma's house too. It's a lot of shit that happens in that first 5 minutes. It's just like, goddamn, what the fuck?
You say
You know
it,
what I'm
Dakari.
saying?
You're not wrong. No, you're
You know what I'm
absolutely right,
saying?
dude.
No, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that definitely felt a little rushed to me, but I did like how his sons were pretty much like carbon copies of Happy Gilmore. They're all funny and they all like to fight each other. It's hilarious. And him having a daughter was cool too because that also kind of was like kind of added some you know what's the word value towards a potential redemption arc for Happy
That's
because
his
of
actual
course he
daughter,
feels
by the
guilt.
way, too.
Yeah, I know,
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't
and
know that
of course
actually.
because yeah,
You
that's his real
can
daughter.
tell in the face.
You can tell. But yeah, like because he feels guilty for the loss of his wife throughout, and the plot of him having to get back into golf so he can pay for his daughter's tuition for ballet school
Mm-hmm.
gave him another arc. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I do have a problem with the flashback. I do have a problem with how a lot of the build up in the first half felt kind of rushed. And there's just I mean, I don't have a problem with the cameos at all, surprisingly. I mean, I feel like the cameos were hilarious and they were really surprising, especially I wasn't expecting Haley Joel Osment to be a character in this shit. You know
Oh
what
my
I'm saying?
god,
Like
Yeah.
that is just so cool. That is so cool.
it's a
You know what
pleasant
I'm saying?
surprise.
For sure, man. Um, and it this golf tournament is definitely cranked up to 10 because of the stakes kind of being raised when it comes to Benny Safdie's character finding out about that body part that can enhance players' abilities. You know, it feels a little bit. It felt a little bit cheap at first, but then as the movie progressed, it made sense and it made the stakes a little bit higher.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't. I wouldn't say cheap, but it felt a little bit too like gargantuan. You know what I'm saying? At the
Listen,
same
when
time,
your
the all
announcer is Guy Fieri, it might be a little much.
Oh, that's true too.
God,
yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that's
He
another
Guy
level.
just came back into
Fieri,
my brain.
another
Oh my God,
cameo,
that's right.
another
He introduces the
cameo.
fucking
Like the whole
Guy
golfers.
Fieri is in this. There's way too many people in this movie. Goddamn. Okay. Um.
I was like,
You just said
Yeah.
you didn't have
Yeah.
a problem with cameos.
He's at a loss for words. I love it, dude.
he's not a fan of Flavortown.
He was fine with like Travis Kelsey and Eminem, but Guy Fieri took it way too far. Guy Fieri was his breaking point.
Oh, Dakari, I think your microphone's unplugged, dog. I think you got so frustrated, unplugged the mic.
Oh my
Jesus.
god, we mentioned Guy Fieri and he fucking died.
Oh god,
Like some type of religious shit or something, some cult
Oh
shit.
shit.
that's solid, dude. Oh my god.
He went to
He's named
Flavor Town on that
You'll be
one.
wearing a fucking flame shirt and you're gonna have frosted tips.
Oh my god.
He went to Flavor Town.
While Dakari's fixing his mic, let's go ahead and start talking about our ratings for this film.
No, I'm back.
There we go.
I'm
There he
back.
There
is.
you go. Now you
Yeah.
All right. So, as I was saying, well, the people are fine. The people in the cameos are fine. You know what I'm saying? It just can be a bit much.
Yeah.
You know,
I
that's
agree.
it. That's it.
Okay.
I think overall, this is definitely a good sequel and a good follow-up. It's not great, but it's definitely watchable. I would watch this again for sure.
I agree on that actually, dude. I would definitely watch this again.
Yeah.
And like I said, for me, it felt very much in vain of what I'm currently creating, a Project News. If you're a listener that hates Happy Gilmore 2, I'm so sorry. You're gonna hate my film Project News. If you're familiar with any of my other work, but if you liked this movie and if you liked my other work, I think you'll really like it, dude. I really like the whole sense of community with Happy Gilmore 2. Genuinely, I think this movie
Guy
has.
Fieri will not be in Project News.
Sadly, no. Guy Fieri will not.
Not yet.
Not
It's
yet.
sad.
However, though, like I do feel like a lot of heart went into this thing, despite it being just cameo central. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Happy Gilmore 2 is a movie that Adam Sandler just wanted to make. You know, like this is what movie making is all about. At the end of the day, like you got to make a movie for yourself. Number one. And you have to enjoy making a movie. You have to have fun with it. You have to love it. And this may not every punchline may not have landed. You know what I'm saying? It may not have had as much significance or even as high quality as the first one. But like this has the heart in this thing. I don't think that anyone had a bad experience on set of working on this probably. You know, unless there's just some PA who just fucking hates how Adam Sandler requests his coffee or some shit. I don't know. But in terms of cast and crew, or like cast members, excuse me, I think everyone had a good time working on this, and I think that shows. You know, I agree. The stuff with Benny Safdie's character is absolutely fucking ridiculous, And I do think it's kind of weird to seeing Benny Safdie like act more and more. He's in Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is really
Yeah,
weird
it's
too.
weird. It is weird.
I was like, yeah, Curtis, you're looking at me like that. Yeah, he's the Jedi that like Obi-Wan sees on Tatooine that almost exposes himself to the Inquisitors, the ones being hunted. That's Benny Safdie, dude. It's so odd to see him act in things that aren't his own films, and I respect it as much as I want the Safdies to reunite. But like you can tell he's in this and he's doing this not because this was a role offered to him, but because Adam asked him to do this, and I really respect him for that. Let's go ahead and talk ratings for Happy Gilmore 2. For me, this is a Naboo on the way to Bespin just because it has the heart. You know what I'm saying? I don't think this movie is necessarily great in terms of a lot of things. That's okay though. You know, like it doesn't have to be a perfect movie to still be enjoyable and for me to still feel the makers of this movie throughout it. So for me, it's a Bespin on the way to, or excuse me, it's a Naboo on the way to Bespin. Dakari, I want to hear your positivity before Curtis absolutely rips this movie apart. So let me hear your rating for Happy Gilmore 2.
Yeah, I give it the same rating. I give it the same rating. Naboo on the way to Bespin. I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. I feel like the cameos can be a bit much at times, even though the people in the cameos all do a great job. Specifically, Eminem. Eminem still annoyed the shit out of me as Jackass Junior.
Yeah, dude.
Uh,
I can't defend you on that one, man.
no, nigga, Eminem annoyed the fuck out of me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, it was a really, really, um, how do I say this? It was a really worthy and adjacent follow up to the original film because it feels like the original film while having its own stakes and arcs to gather up and conjure and deal with and for the audience to clamor at. You know what I'm saying? I feel like specifically for fans of the original, there's a lot to appreciate here. There really is. And I enjoyed it. I'll definitely watch it again.
Okay, beautifully put. Beautifully put. Curtis, go ahead and rip it, dude. Go ahead and just take a massive shit on Adam Sandler's newest
No,
release.
I don't. So after hearing everyone's thoughts on it, I think I'm gonna give the same rating as Waterboy as a Hoth on the way. Originally just gonna be a Hoth, but I think giving a Hoth on the way to Naboo because everyone's talking about. Because I do appreciate like the heart of where the story's gonna go. I just wish if they had cut back a lot on the celebrity cameos, maybe made some more jokes, like land more. Because I can quote almost all the jokes from the first one. I barely remember like any from this besides like some like side bits.
Yeah.
I wish they would have done, like I said, done more with Shooter because he's my favorite character from the first one. I don't know. I just wish they could have done some stuff differently, but I do appreciate what they wanted to do. I think they could have cleaned up some of those areas. I think we would have had like maybe not as good as the original, but like a worthy sequel of it. I just think there's a couple spots where it just doesn't land. I think a lot of the comedy doesn't work for me at least. A lot of the cameos, like I said, don't really need to be there. Like I'm fine because it's gonna be a Sandler movie. He's gonna get people in the movies that he wants to get in, which is totally fine. Fucking, we're getting that either way. That like in Marvel again, they're like, oh, movie's not doing good. Robert Downey Jr. again. We'll get him. I don't know. It's not as bad as I thought it was. I just found it very boring.
That's fair.
I probably wouldn't see it again unless I needed to. Maybe go back. Maybe after this conversation, maybe go see it again with like that light onto it. But just not great, not good. I wouldn't say bad. Just I think for me, it does the sin of being boring and kind of forgettable.
Well, I'm glad we peer pressured you into giving it a higher rating at least. Next podcast appearance, we're gonna make Curtis do drugs, guys. Brandon, let's hear.
Don't make me the next Danilo. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, and then just fucking pass out.
That was incredible, dude. I love that episode is still being referenced all these years later.
It was such a fucking.
That's crazy.
We were so good for like that first hour. And then he just goes away. Then it was just me and you were like, I guess it's a two-man show now.
Oh, wait, Harold was there too. Harold was there.
Oh, Harold was there.
Oh
You know what I'm
my
saying?
god.
That was a great one when Danilo got way too high to finish the Suicide
God.
Squad. Gotta love it. Brandon, let's hear your ratings on Happy Gilmore 2.
All right. I'll give Happy Gilmore 2 a Naboo.
Okay.
It's an okay sequel. It was definitely a better sequel than I thought going into it. I really thought it was going to be a lot worse.
Mm-hmm.
For me, but yeah, I actually thought there was an actual like heart to this movie, which is strange. I do wish, like I said, I wish this was like made 20 years ago,
Sure.
instead of like 2025.
Right. Yeah. Right.
But I'm glad
Right.
we got it now, and yeah, like I said, like Adam Sandler actually put a little effort into a little bit of the story, especially with the first half of this movie. Yeah, definitely when we get to the end, it does kind of fall off. Yeah, it does get boring, like Curtis said. Some of the cameos are enjoyable, but it is too much where it does take away from the experience of a food. It ends up being more of fan service rather than like an actual like movie to me.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I did enjoy some of the callbacks. That shooter Gilmore Happy fight scene at the cemetery or the gravesite was nice. It was a nice tribute to Bob Barker and his grandma and like all the people that have passed. So I thought that was really nice. Um, but yeah, it was okay. The first half was solid, and I wish it was better. The second half, but I w- if I had to, like, I wouldn't force myself to watch this again, but I wouldn't mind seeing it if like I turned it on or something. Like I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it as I thought it would.
The next drunk table read we do, Brandon, I need to have you do an Adam Sandler movie. I swear to God, dude.
Right.
That's what we need to do.
Dude.
It's
I
gonna be
think
fucking
speaking.
Jack and Jill or whatever, some shit.
Oh, don't do that.
Oh
Don't
my
do
God.
that.
Oh God.
Oh.
Oh God. No. Please.
Oh, guys,
I'm giving Max ideas.
Ugh.
we're gonna get Brandon a couple Mike's Hard
No.
Lemonades, dude, and gonna get him set up for Jack and
Are you
Jill.
saying you
No.
There
don't
we
like the
go.
Dunkachino?
Dunkachino, yeah, Dunkachino.
Nothing will top the time though when Brandon comes to my house and he hit the bong once, and we put on Alvin the
Okay.
Chipmunks and he fell asleep
Okay.
immediately. Nothing
Hey,
will
you.
top
Yeah,
that
you
though.
can't even. Oh, I remember the times where I think I hit the bong a couple times when I it was like the first showcase.
Yeah, Showcase one. Oh, we're watching Old
Yeah.
Boy at 3 a.m. and you
Oh my God.
scream at the top of your lungs. Yeah, that was great. That
I'm
was a
not
good
even
one.
just talking about that. I was talking about me laughing uncontrollably at the fucking taxi driver VHS that you
Yeah,
had, bro.
yeah. That was
That
goddamn,
shit,
dude.
dude, that shit's fucking crazy.
Only the best here at Galaxy of Film, guys. Only the best.
Only the best.
For our listeners, I think it's going to go ahead and wrap it up this week for our discussion of some Adam Sandler. Next week with Monster Mayhem starting up, we're going to be starting the series off this season with discussing some Lovecraft films featuring the one and only Color Out of Space starring Nicolas Cage. Going to be really interesting to revisit that. I've only seen it one time in theaters when it first came out. Same producers as Mandy, which we've already talked about on the podcast, and it's just an incredible movie. So yeah, if you love Lovecraft, if you like horror stuff, if you like monsters, if you like kaijus, stay tuned for October. All of October is Monster Mayhem. Will be joining as a second co-host as well for that episode or for that whole duration of Monster Mayhem. Got some cool stuff going for you guys for that, so stay tuned. But yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for Sandler. Curtis, it's been a pleasure getting you on here like always. For our listeners, if you need some more Curtis in your life, be sure to check out our last episode discussing Akira and Ghost in the Shell, where we had his thoughts on some classic anime films. And for the God knows how many other episodes in previous seasons that has been a part of. Since you've been coming on here since like episode 14, which is nuts, dude.
Yeah.
So where can our listeners find you, Curtis, if they don't follow you already?
So they can find me over at Twitch at twitch.tv/CurtisShack. We just finished wrapping up and beating Expedition 33, which I
cool.
believe is Game of the Year material. That game is phenomenal. So just did that. So now we're debating what else to play.
Pac-Man World 2, the remake comes out tomorrow, dude.
Okay.
I'm picking that up after class. I'm so
well, there you
excited.
There's that, and then there's me and my buddy Nick. We have a podcast restarting back up here in a couple of weeks. Called Code Zero, where we talk about a lot of influences of like anime and Western media. Go over like anime shows. Their influences like weekly topics on like, what we're watching. When we come back to our show for the first time in a while, we're gonna be discussing Avatar: Last Airbender, going through that show,
There
and
you
like
go.
the influences like anime gave over that, and like what other things took from Avatar into like the new things. 'Cause I think it's a big influential show from Nickelodeon. So yeah, that's where mostly people can find me.
Awesome. I just realized something. Dakari, is your TV held up with shoeboxes? What the hell's happening back there, dude?
This ain't even my TV,
I'm
man.
kidding.
This ain't even my TV, man. Like
I wasn't gonna
this
say
is
nothing.
the.
I kind of respect it in a way.
How is that staying up?
I mean, you got to. Got
Man, if
to.
it works,
but
it
yeah,
works. Don't.
I say if it works, it works.
I can't believe I just spent 2 hours on the podcast and didn't notice that.
That was the first thing I noticed. It's like I shouldn't. Say
Yeah,
that.
that was the first thing I noticed too when he popped on.
Oh, jeez, dude. Only the best here at
Yeah,
Galaxy
this
of
is
Film.
just a TV in our living area, so.
That is what it is.
Hell yeah. That's cool.
Oh god, dude. Only the best here at Galaxy of Film. Thank you so much for our listeners for sticking through yet another episode of Galaxy of Film Live. Like I mentioned, this is the first live episode of season 4. Going forward, live episodes will be a little bit different, a little bit more organized. They'll have some different features going on during the live episodes, so stay tuned for those. The plan is to have one of these once a month. We will indeed be doing one towards the end of October. Part of Monster Mayhem will have that episode. We just got a comment saying physics let the TV win that one. Gotta love it, dude. Gotta love it. But thank you guys so much for supporting us through season 4. If you enjoyed the show, please consider leaving us an iTunes or Spotify review, and make sure to subscribe here on YouTube as well. It truly does help out the show much more than you can imagine. And we will talk to you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Peace.
Alright.